Hello everyone, my name is Hongwin and today I'm going to talk about the downside of solar panels. Well, solar panels do help us collect the solar energy from the sun and convert it to electricity. However, it's just the good side of them. The negative side of solar panels will be discussed in this presentation. To begin with, I will talk briefly about the current trend of fossil fuel and renewable energy. Then I will talk more about the types, the components of solar panels, and finally about the negative impacts of them on the environment. As we know, energy production plays an important role in humans' life. Developing and developed countries, they all need energy to carry out their development and innovation. And the energy we get nowadays, most of them are from fossil fuels. Unfortunately, using fossil fuels for energy production is not environmentally friendly. It is the main reason for nowadays problems such as greenhouse effect, global warming, and climate change. Also, because of the recent conflict between Russia and Ukraine, the cost of fossil fuel has increased. Gas price is now at the highest level. This has created an opportunity for renewable energy. Renewable energy is clean, friendly, and creates no CO2. And today's topic will focus on solar energy and solar panels. Based on the graph about solar power generation, we can see that from 2016, the amount of electricity generated from solar energy has increased rapidly. This is because of some improvements in technology. They increase the efficiency from solar energy. Also, some countries realize the potential of the sun's energy and begin to harness them. Speaking about the solar energy, there are three main ways to collect it. The first one is the PV system, which use the solar panels to directly convert light to electricity. The second one is the concentrating solar power, using the heat from the sun to generate the steam and then use that steam to drive the turbine. The third one is the solar heating and cooling system. It collects the thermal energy to provide hot water and air heating or conditioning. Um, in this presentation, we'll focus on the PV system. A basic PV system will have four components: the solar panel, which collect the sun's energy and convert it into electricity. The electricity then will be stored in the battery or be transferred to the inverter, which convert AC to DC. There is also a regulator to regulate the charge and discharge of the battery. The solar panel, which is also the solar cell, is made of semiconductor materials, most often silicon. This kind of material absorbs the photons from the sun and generates a flow of electrons. It also has a good photoconductivity and offers good energy efficiency. Talking about solar cell, there are many types, and the most two common ones on the market are the crystalline silicon cells and the amorphous silicon cells. The former one does not have the needed characteristic for PV cells, so it must undergo extensive processing so that it can be used effectively in solar cells. The latter one, on the other hand, has a higher absorption capacity than the former one. Some basic components of PV cells are the glass, the anti-reflection coating, a conductive grid, the N and P semiconductor layers, and the metallic conductive layer. Solar panels do help us collect solar energy and then convert it to electricity, but all the advantage that we know so far is just the tip of an iceberg. There are many environmental problems with solar cells, ranging from the production, installation, to the disposal. Firstly, during the process of manufacturing PV cells, a lot of hazardous materials have been used for the cleaning and purification of the surface of the semiconductor. These chemicals and materials are flammable, corrosive, and toxic. They can pollute the environment as well as affect the human's health if they are not handled carefully or properly. Secondly, to collect more solar energy, of course, we need to have more solar farms consisting of many solar panels. And unlike wind power facilities, solar farms cannot share land space with agricultural fields or ranches. The setup of these farms can lead to compression of soil as well as soil erosion. Also, the construction of solar plants can lead to the contamination of air and water resources. Last but not least, solar panels create many solar waste after their life cycle. Unfortunately, most of them have to go to the landfill instead of being recycled. The main reason is recycling solar panels is inefficient. Ironically, recycling solar panels is more expensive than sending them directly to the landfill. Also, solar panels are classified as hazardous waste by some governments, and this creates more difficult to recycle them. So far, there are no clear instructions on how to recycle solar panels. Some developed countries reduce their solar waste by selling them at low price to developing countries, but that does not solve the problem in the long run. Clearly, the more instructions and regulations should be made to recycle solar panels efficiently. Also, there should be more researches on the materials to make the solar panels become more environmentally friendly. And here are the reference. Q&A. The first question, solar panels are made of A. Semiconductor materials, B. Conductor materials, C. Insulator materials. The second question, what are the disadvantages of solar panels? A. Contain hazardous materials, B. Pollute soil, land, and water resources, C. Generate million tons of solar waste, D. All of above. The answers are A. Semiconductor materials, D. All of above. Thank you for listening.